Don't come to a lost city in the storm.
Welcome to Lithgow Part 2. We're obviously starting at the Lost City and we've had a heck of a storm last night. Today we're going to traverse through Ranger Bob and I'm pretty certain it's going to be full on wet and a lot of action. And we're looking for the elusive Aladdin's Cave at the back of Lithgow. Hopefully we find it and stay tuned.
It's a beautiful day. It's not even cold or windy. And look, Sydney's really turned it on for us. What more could you ask for?
Other than a little bit of wind and rain, this spot is magnificent. I've never seen a terrain like it, truly. Bucket list stuff, just being here and seeing it all. It is amazing. Have to come and have a look. Lost City.
The view's worth it. I don't care about this weather.
Oh, the howling wind, the pouring rain.
This is living.
Is it though?
Is it?
Is it though?
Anyone want some coffee?
Is it out there?
When you've got the conditions like we got this morning where it's raining and it's windy and it's really cold, you don't know about it inside. Inside it's nice and warm, there's no flapping, you're not hearing the rain, but most importantly, nothing we have in our setup needs to be dried out before we can pack it up before we move on to tonight's camp.
Found a little break in the weather. Well, we're able to cook up a bit of breakfast so we can get a good feed before we head out. This isn't going to discourage us. We're still going to hit some of these tracks.
Alright, so day 2. We had a pretty wet and wild windy night camping. Everything's packed up, everything's wet. But we are heading to our next track, which is Ranger Bob. And this promises to be another epic track.
Cool, this looks pretty good over here.
Well, Ranger Bob is one of the iconic tracks in the area and it is not normally this wet. Last night's deluged. I'm telling you now, even this guy can't even stay on the track, so I'm not certain anybody's doing it, but I think we're going to convince Nick to volunteer it. So, go up Nick, let's do it.
So we're on Ranger Bob and the boys have decided to try and encourage me to go up the middle line. Just a suit, pile of suit mate, nothing in there, no traction. I'm gonna stick to the left hand side and make a nice trip of it. And then I'm gonna sit at the top and get the winch cable ready for those boys.
There's a few lines. The best line for everyone wants to take is the far left. There's one up the middle I just walked and I thought, I think the Jeep has it in it. It's quite safe, so if anything goes wrong, there's a section where I can reverse out. But once I'm in, I'm in. And there's plenty of winch points. If I'm being really honest with you, Barney drove Pipeline so well yesterday. And he got up without winching, so I kind of just want to make him do this. I just need to level the score a little bit. I'm up.
Doing good.
Come on mate. Oh, not so fast.
This is the hardest, sloppier line. The far right line is not even a part of it. To get here, we've tried 3-4 times.
That's all it takes is that little bit of rain. So that's all right, we're going to winch this tiny little bit now and we'll get going. There's no point, I had a few attempts. All I'm going to do is ruin the track. I don't want to ruin the track. This is a cool track that's fun in the dry. When you're getting stuck like this, you can tear the whole thing up and just ruin it for everyone else. So winch this little bit so we don't tear it up. Barney's going to have a go and can't wait to the next track. come back here in the dry. This is a really fun track.
Well, well, well. Barney's up.
Let's see how I go now, eh?
He's just topped the edge of the rock here and just pushed a bit of the bead off. A bit of dirt in there, so we've got to get some air back in that tyre. And then I think he's going to have another crack at it, eh?
So that's holding it back. So the rock went straight in there and it was just holding in. It was massive. Oh, it's only small. You see it? Yeah. I don't know if we're going to seat this. We'll get some air in it. So you can see, look, it's obviously got a big rock, all the gunk caught in there. That's not going to seat easily, so I think what we're going to do is just gently winch him up. Keep an eye on this, we'll have a spotter on the tyre, winch him to the top, change it at the top. He's got 2 spares.
Right, not a bad drive, not quite as good as Chris's. Now, he almost made it, so I just wanted to just jump further, different wheelbase. I was hoping to beat it and just pull myself up. A little aggressive to do it, and I popped the bead, done a mischief, but at the end of the day, a little bit of air didn't work, so winch up, pretty safely done. But the main thing is when you pop the bead, have a spotter when you're winching. Don't drive too much, maybe just a rear locker would have been great, and make sure that doesn't come off, because now it should be a pretty easy fix on solid ground. So all well, Ranger Bob's a great track, a lot of fun. I'll definitely be back.
You just got to go, yeah. You can't just, you like to go slow, you've got to drive.
That's right, Luke. You just got to get it done. Ooh, look out!
Oh, dear.
Close. Good stop.
So hitched Powering up the hill, doing an awesome job, and the trailer's just jumped off the line and they've wedged the trailer and the car around a tree. This is a tricky situation.
Good thing I paid attention to the rear view mirrors when I got up the hill.
Yeah.
Yep. Moving the bottom one. Yeah, whoa.
So we're just going to do a hard winch to the right hand side here to see if we can get the car away, and then we can get the trailer and car straight, and then we'll have no issues getting up.
Nah, stop, you're going to do a bead.
Oh, which one?
Front.
Right. You just spin across.
That's contact. So what we're going to do, we're just going to unhitch the canning, pull the front across with Nick's rear winch, and then we can reset and we'll drag it out of here.
Yeah, so getting pretty close hopefully now to getting the trailer back on. It's taking a bit of manoeuvring with the winches and chocks to try and get the trailer out and spin it back around to get in a better line to drive up the track. So I think we're getting close. Enjoy that. Just out a little bit, please, Chris. So good news is the trailer's hooked back on to the back of the patrol, but still a bit of work to do yet because the trailer's possibly going to want to slide back down that bank again. So not out of the woods yet, but again, one step closer.
Well, we're running out of time and we've got to get to have some lunch. So Sambo's taking the easy line, but crikey, this track, nothing's easy. Slippery, he's leaning everywhere. Good drive, Sambo.
Yeah! Awesome, mate. That's sick. Woo! That was nice.
Yeah, I just come in to have a look at this hole. It's been dug out that rear by Chris and Barney, and it's very deep now. So look, I'll give it a crack. Jimmy always seems to surprise me, so maybe it'll surprise me again. But this is definitely going to be a tough one.
Ranger Bob in the wet is one tough track for sure. If there's one person and one little rig that I reckon can get it done, it's Daz. Come on, mate. Go, 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 go!
That was alright, gave it a crack, but just a bit too much of a hole for me to get out of. So that's alright, you win some, you lose some.
Well, Chris, that is Ranger Bob ticked off the list, mate. What do you think?
What an awesome track. Yeah, ticked off the list and now ready. I reckon I would love to go back and do it without winching at some point and get everyone up that tougher line.
Oh, mate, I think Little Rig was the absolute closest. Darren, what did you think of that track, mate?
That track was epic. Like, God, it would, like you say, it'd be great to do it in the dry, but also in the wet, it had that extra element, didn't it? So that was super fun.
Looks like Hitch had a lot of fun taking the easy, not so easy line in the end. How did you guys end up?
Yeah, no, it was a really good track. Definitely took the easier of the two options because the camper would have got up that harder line that you boys took. But that rock just peeled us off at the end, but that's all right, we got out of it, which is good.
Yeah, I tell you what, but I'm pretty happy Nick came along with teaching us where to go and get that last little winch out for you. It was good work, Nick.
Yeah, thanks boys. Bit of a bummer I didn't put the big rig up it, but not to worry, maybe next time.
You're just a little bit averse to washing all the mud out, are you?
I may have done it a weekend ago, so yeah, giving it a miss for a weekend's not a bad idea.
How'd you go, Hardcore?
Yeah, the cruiser walked up that easy line. I would have loved to have gone the middle line, that tougher one, but with no lockers, no chance really.
Yeah, mate, good call, particularly when we're running out of time for that lunch. Chris, what are we doing for lunch today, mate?
Well, I heard there was an epic cave spot on the cards, and so I think I'll throw the gas cooker on the tailgate, and I bought something different. Normally we do wraps. Today it is all about American hot dogs.
A little bit extra mustard for me, mate. I love it. I say we get to that nice little cave and have a lunch and warm up. It is cold.
It's not so cold in here for me. I've got my heated seats on, my heated steering wheel on. Yeah, Jeep life.
Bloody Jeeps, eh? Heated seats. Unbelievable.
Well, we are looking for this cave. Every track's closed. Everything's getting narrower and narrower and harder. So Chris and I just couldn't wait for the hot dogs anymore, so we're going to have some hot dogs. And after that, I think it's going to call it quits. Everything's closed. Trees down, tracks getting narrow. I think it's hot dogs and camp. That's what I reckon.
Yeah, maybe one more track.
Okay, one more track. It's snow, this is it.
Let's just call it cold.
It's cold. It is definitely snow, isn't it?
You poor Queensland.
It's snow.
It's snowing.
Look at
It's
all
snowing.
of this.
Look at him, he's freaking out.
We made it. Okay, let's get back in the cars. This is not so good. We did it.
We did it! Found an absolute magical camp spot. There's an epic track right behind me, which we want to have a crack tomorrow morning. But for now, we've unhitched the hitched camper. We're going to leave it here at camp. Andrew's agreed to stay, get the fire going, so Sam can do his magical ribs cook up for us. I haven't had enough of Lithgow yet, so we're going to head out to the Powerline track, and it's only 5 minutes up the road, so it'd be good just to get a little bit more mud on the Jeep and the whole crew here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
So I've got the guys out here at one of the most iconic little runs up at Lithgow. It's called Powerline track. Nothing too crazy, but it's a wicked little eroded trail, following the power lines as always. Really, really cool. Some awesome little lines, some cool angles to pick, some awesome flex you got to get through it. So it's a nice little spot. Boys should like it.
It is snowing. How good is that? Like, we're just a convoy on the coolest track in Lithgow, and it's snowing. This is absolutely unbelievable. Oh, Chris, can you believe it's snowing while we're driving?
Mate, I was just saying the same thing. This has to be the most awesome thing I've done for a long time.
What about you guys at Hardcore? How's it all back for you?
Yeah, Lukey's doing well, mate. He's a picture of concentration right now. Let's go. Oh, and spoke too soon.
So just following the hardcore guys up Powerlines track here, and everything was going great, and they were doing a beautiful drive. Just unfortunately, right near the top, popped the bead. Just too much weight back on that back left-hand corner, I think, and a little bit of a slide.
Yeah, tyres off the rim. He was doing so well, young fella. He's not so young. I shouldn't call him young fella because he's a better forward driver than me. He's doing really well. Just had a tyre come off the rim, but we'll get it sorted.
So they've been snatched up gently into a safe place, and we're going to try and get a jack under now and either reseat or change that tyre. See how we go.
That's insane how easy that is.
Yeah, all right. This is, I mean, let me. Oh, I can even jack off left-handed now.
Hey, that's it. You got it.
There you go.
It's snowing. The wheel is finally back on, which is, thank goodness, was an easy job. I think we got one little bit left in, and then we head back to camp. Big fire in the snow, Lithgow. This is unbelievable. This is so much fun.
It's proper snow, I know, boys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's about as cold as I've been in a very long time. I think the guy said it's just under zero. We have done the Powerline track. Now we're at the bottom of Moonrock, and it's not a good idea.
Oh man. That's slippery. That's very slippery.
It is so slippery, wet, and it's undercut as it can ever be undercut. I'm talking like late 80s undercut, folks. That's Moonrock. That's the guys. But I'm thinking it's time to go to camp. We've done a lot today in a very small amount of time. And I am freezing. What a day.
It's been a big day. Rain, snow, mud, the works. It's all been happening. Awesome out here at Lithgow. I think it's time to get back to camp, reset, and maybe tomorrow we're going to find that cave.
All right, we've made our way back to camp. We found a nice sheltered spot out of the wind. So now it's time for me to cook some dinner. Tonight, I'm doing something really simple but really tasty. I'm taking 4.5 kilos of baby back ribs, which I've rubbed in advance with a barbecue rub, in this pot with this Coke for 1 hour. That tenderises them up really nicely, and when they're finished, pull them out, coat them in barbecue sauce, back in the pan, and about 15 minutes later, they're all done. While that's going on, I take these potatoes and cut them into fries, and we're going to cook them twice in a pan of oil. Once at about 140 degrees, pull them out, let them cool, back in again, and they come out really, really crispy. I can't wait, I reckon the boys are going to love it. Gentlemen, I present to you at long last baby back ribs with barbecue sauce.
Thanks, mate.
Oh yeah. Please dig in. There you go. That's enough for you. You're fat. No.
On the next episode of Built Off-Road, Lithgow Part 3, we find the cave, but oh my lord. We tackle the Spanish Steps at night. Stay tuned, it gets hectic.